all the cashier has to do is click on this, and then the cashier will know how much has been collected for this fund. And it can also be accessed by the Supreme Court. If they want to look at, for instance, for a certain branch of court, for instance, right now we're going to have a pilot for Makati and Quezon City. So we will now be able to find out how much are the collections for these two branches, and particularly for the different funds. Then eventually, once we go nationwide, then of course we will now have control for all the branches of the courts. Now we go to the e-payment system. Once we have now put the e-payments, the land bank e-payment system in place by the, as I've said, by the third quarter of 2006, the litigant lawyer will now have another choice, no, for paying its legal fees. First, we had it over the counter. Now, we can do it through the e-payment system. Now, what is the land bank e-payment system? It is a real-time and secured payment system done over the internet, transferring funds from a land bank ATM account to the Supreme Court account. Currently, this e-payment system is now being used by the BIR electronic tax payment system, wherein us taxpayers will not have anymore go to the regional offices or to the bank. We can now pay our taxes through the internet. And we just launched our Professional Regulations Commission e-payment system also last week. So all the professionals can now pay their registration, their renewals of licenses through the e-payment system without them having to go to the, although they still have to go for picture taking and data gathering for the PRC, to the PRC. And the pipeline for this e-payment system, we have the PESA, the SBMA, and the POEA. So how does the LBP e-payment go? So once the litigant have submitted the pleading to the assessor and the assessor fills out the electronic assessment form, so it goes through the same process again, and then the assessor returns the pleading with the assessment number indicated and prints the filing form for the litigant. Then the litigant goes to the judicial records to get the case number. This time, the litigant lawyer can pay through the e-payment through the internet. Majority, when we talk to some of the branch clerks of court, we ask them who pays, and they say usually it's being sent through a messenger. So the messenger, you don't have to give money to the messenger anymore. All you have to do is that you let him just bring the pleadings to the clerks of court, and then once payment is required for that particular case, the messenger will just have to call the law office and then give the lawyer the assessment number. This will now be the reference for the lawyer, and he will open now the Supreme Court website, and from that website there is now an icon, or there is now a word which is clickable, and it's called the e-payment. So the lawyer will just have to point the cursor to that e-payment and clicks on, and he will now go to the screen for the e-payment system. So it's user-friendly. Then the litigant lawyer will now see the assessment form prepared by the assessor in that particular branch. And then the litigant lawyer will now have to key in his ATM account number, his PIN number, and then submits for that particular, and key in also the amount to be paid based on the assessment. And then automatically the system will debit the account of the litigant lawyer and then credits the account of the Supreme Court for that particular case. Then on the screen of the, or on the computer of the litigant lawyer, you will now go to another screen wherein it will ask whether he wants to print